Now we're live. We just talked for about a minute and a half and thought we were live, but we're live now. And we're a little bit late just to stick with Steve's normal, if he's on time, might throw the whole algorithm off of YouTube.
I
So
was early. I was early.
he was here before me. He beat me today. But welcome to episode 4 of the Dumpling Difference Discussion Show live. And we hope to have lots of new people in here today that may join us. We've been trying to get the word out that we are here and trying to help gig workers, shoppers, small business owners, and customers alike to understand the benefits of choosing dumpling over the other people.
Right.
Right.
Or choosing even over DoorDash grocery. I mean, there's other shopping ones too that are doing.
Right, right, right.
They're all doing the same thing.
Yes.
They're all doing the same thing.
We haven't been here for a month. We're normally here every other Tuesday. And 2 weeks ago, we couldn't be here because Steve had a lot going on, getting ready for some big adventure that he had last week. And I'll let him tell you a little bit about the fun he was having last week. Steve?
Yeah. Yeah. So I did so you're supposed to do them back to back years, but I did Avalanche one in February of 2019. And then I was scheduled to do it
Now, hold on. For
in
those of us that don't know anything about what you're talking about, what's Avalanche
okay,
1?
so it's one of the it's so I'm eventually going for search and rescue, but the more credentials you have under your belt, the better. So avalanche is kind of a must here in Colorado or in the Rockies. You got
For
to
those
have
of you that
avalanche.
don't know, Steve lives in Colorado where it
Yeah,
snows.
right. But anywhere too, out here in the Rockies or whatever, if there's snow and there's chance of avalanche, that's something that search and rescue will almost demand you have. And there's only two places in the country that you can do it. You can train at Jackson Hole or you can train at Estes Park in Colorado. And that's it. Even Alaska doesn't have a place. They have to send their people down here.
Wow.
So these are very, I mean, you go out for days on end. You get in Avalanche 1, it's basically learn the equipment, do some digging, learn how to use your equipment properly, how to use the beacons, find people, prodding sticks, shovels, all that stuff. In Avalanche 2, they were setting off avalanches and then, like grenades, like and letting them blow. Just the little ones, like the choppers will come in and they just like throw a couple down and let them blow.
Wow.
And then they already had some things buried down there and they let the avalanche go over it and they're like, okay, there's 3 down there. And so you have to, like, for me, I snowboard, so you have to go get a split snowboard so that you can take it apart and then you switch the sides so that they become skis. You put skins on the bottom that's like sandpaper so you can walk up, so you can walk with it, and then when you get to the top you put your board back together. But it was like this is the highest I've got my arm since in about a week.
Wow. Now, how many days were you there?
I was out there for 4 days, but this was intense. This was I mean, there was the whole time. I mean, it was like the last time it was like 10-hour days. This was like 14 because you do 3 hours of class, of classroom stuff too. You gotta learn how to gauge the slope on the mountain, the elevation of start end. You got to know like how much snowpack came in. Like what are you dealing with before you even attempt to save? And then you have to learn based on all those criteria how far, like, most people would never get this right. In Avalanche 1, none of us did. But like, where does if you see a person get covered in an avalanche, where are you going to go look for them, kind of thing? It's like, I don't know. Like, you learn how far they'd probably go and where you should be looking, because these beacons are great, but they're not like exact. You can't just go,
Right.
oh, there he is. He's right here.
He's
I
under the
mean,
snow.
yeah, and I mean, even that though can be a range. So you're sitting there using these prodding poles, trying to like get through, and it's just hard. It's
So,
a lot of stress. I can only imagine the stress if it's real.
Can you imagine
Like
the
after
stress if you're
Avalanche 2,
no.
I'm like totally like, dude, this is like freaky if it's real, because I'll be honest with you guys, when I first started doing the backcountry for the first year I did it, I didn't wear a beacon because I was going out with other people who we would just go up to uh Loveland Pass. It's pretty easy one for all the passes out here, but still you should never be on it without a beacon. And now I have this huge thing. If you don't have a beacon, I'm gonna. It's probably the only time in my life, and we were told we can do this. I would make a citizen's arrest
Why?
because you can't be in the backcountry without a beacon. You cannot just be freely riding because you can cause avalanche for other people.
I
So if
see.
you don't know what you're doing, you're not supposed to be back there. I can't gauge if you know what you're doing or not, but I can tell if you have a beacon on.
Really?
Yeah,
Is
because
that something
I can
like
set my beacon to make sure you have one.
really? Wow, that's
Yep.
interesting. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't really I should Google that and read a little bit about it because I don't know much about it. But so are you going to get paramedic training? Is that what this is leading into?
That's yeah, so now I'm at a point. I was at a crossroads. It was going to be paramedic for a while. Then it was so I had a choice between paramedic or fire. And I thought, like, because in the summer we get a lot of wildfires too. We get the
Right.
polar opposites of everything. So we get all kinds of extremes. I am very good in the summer too, back on those trails. So I know what I'm doing. But I think I was getting a little turned off to the paramedic thing, but I think I'm back to that instead of fire. Um,
What
just,
led you
I
that
just think
direction?
I just think that, like you don't have to go through the full paramedic training. There's a training for search and rescue, but I don't want to get down to somebody and not know how to help them.
Right. How long can someone survive under the snow?
Well, to give you the real stats is 50% of people caught in an avalanche are dead by the time they stop from debris and rolling, hitting their heads on rocks, things like that. So half the time they're just dead. Period. They're dead when you come down to descent to find them. You've got very limited time. But again, it depends on weather conditions. If they're really nasty, if it's very cold, it's going to freeze up quicker. There's a little more breathing room. So the time can vary. It's not really a time matter.
Right.
One of the scary things to me is that 50% of the people are dead, but would still have their beacon on. So like if you get down, oh, I found them. Prod it. Yep, it's a person. I got it. And you're digging them out. They might already be dead.
Right, but you still have to get them out for their family. I mean, you can't leave them there. But
Well, people do get left in avalanches because you can't get out of. There's some places you just can't get them out. They get iced in, and until summer or melt off or something, you just can't get into it.
how often does an avalanche happen where people lose their lives?
There's people caught in avalanches all the time out here. More than anything, though,
Really?
there's people that get caught in the backcountry, not in an avalanche, but they're lost.
Did you see the
Like
video I sent you the other night?
yeah. So
Yeah,
like
that was
Steamboat's pretty notorious for this. Steamboat has like two runs off the backside that you can go out of bounds, and they say this area is unpatrolled, but they have the gates open. And so you can do this, but if you go at all to the right, you very well are going to be way out there. And a search and rescue, like a chopper out, is about $17,000. So if you do have to be choppered out, the bare minimum you're going to pay is about 17 grand. So that's if, but again, that's if you live. So a lot of the search and rescue isn't just avalanches. It's knowing how to get back into avalanche country and try and track some people down. And that's where I feel like my skills come into play, because I know as a skier, as a snowboarder, okay, well, even if I don't see fresh tracks because it's snowing real hard, I'd be like, oh, I bet you he went this way.
right.
I just
Yeah, there
I
are
just can feel it.
A lot of dumb people that go out there and think, oh, we'll be fine, and just,
Yeah.
go out there and get turned around and get lost. They just don't know how dangerous it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is. So there's so much you can do. There's people who go in the unpatrolled. So unpatrolled doesn't mean, hey, you're going to die back here. You could, but it means that no ski patrol from that resort is going to go back there. And this is, I mean, there's backcountry at even the resorts, but then there's backcountry all over the state where people just go on every pass. But even at the resorts, it just means their ski patrol won't go back there. Search and rescue has to do it. So their ski patrol won't come looking. Like, you could break a leg. You could be laying in a tree well with a broken leg, no avalanche around you, but if you don't get found, you're going to freeze overnight.
Right.
So.
All right. Well, we've been on avalanches for 10 minutes, so I guess we should probably move on to what we're here for.
Yeah, what are we here for?
But this is interesting. I could spend a whole hour listening about this because it's a subject that, it's one of those very few subjects that I don't know anything about. Just kidding.
Yeah. No, it's just, I don't know. Bottom line, I feel like I can do it. I don't feel like enough people. I know we have a major shortage of search and rescue people. Big time. So a lot of people just are scared they don't do it. I have the skills to do it. So I feel like I should.
Right. Well, my my oldest stepson is in the Coast Guard, and they just had a thing like 2 weeks ago where the helicopter went under the water and he had to get himself out and get his people out of the helicopter and save them all. Under the water in the helicopter. Yeah. That's pretty scary.
Yeah.
I guess he passed on the first time, but yeah, I mean that. I've watched some videos with the Coast Guard as far as water rescues and stuff like that. I mean, it does take a special person to be able to do that. I mean, it's definitely not something anybody could do.
Right. Yeah. I mean, before we move on, the one last thing I will say is that all it takes, if a bunch of people at one of the passes where it gets crowded and stuff, and they do, even the passes get crowded, and you got 5 people almost down, and then one guy who doesn't know much goes and cracks a whole sheet, he just put all 5 of those people in danger. So it's all it takes is one person not knowing what they're doing to really put everybody in danger.
Is it human error or is it nature that causes most avalanches?
Well, I think we do a pretty good job out here in Colorado of bombing the mountains. They'll shut down a pass and they'll have the Army helicopters come in and throw the grenades out because they see the buildup and they let it then fall to the ground. So they do a good job of setting off potential avalanches before they would just go. But there's human error all the time because there's most of the people out there. We learned that this week too. Almost 80% of them don't have any avalanche training. They're just really good skiers or backcountry people. Or snowboarders, and they go back there thinking, oh, we're fine. No, you're not. So anyway, let's talk shopping.
All right. Well, what do you know? I mean, you've been pretty busy. So have you had any time to work on anything dumpling wise, or what have you had? I
have my same 5 clients. I haven't acquired anybody new. Everybody is still sticking with me, so it is becoming a part of my, me. I get up, I do scheduled curries. I try and take more curries through the day. Curry season's coming up, so there might be a likelihood that I just have to. Maybe if I get a couple more, I could just do curry and dumpling.
That'd be nice.
I mean, I'll keep all my other apps active because you never know what could happen, but. I mean, I'm trying to step away from the mainstream stuff. It seems to just be getting more and more problems daily.
Right.
I mean, I don't really hear many people saying my market sucks anymore, and then other people going, "Oh, I'm raging it." Most people are just getting to my market sucks.
And, right. Well, I did hear you mention an interesting comment the other day that the Instacart orders that you were looking at were actually looking a little better where you were.
Yeah. Not a lot. Don't get me wrong, not a lot.
Yeah, because I'm not.
But for the first time ever, yes, better, not good.
Yeah, I've only done 1 batch on Instacart this whole month.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, mine are just ours were so horrible though that I guess I should be careful saying better because I don't know. I don't know that if I showed it to other people and said, "Here, look, this I'm getting these now," they'd be like, "I thought you were getting better offers." I'd be like, "This is the better offer." So I don't know. I mean, I definitely think that all these companies are, um, like I think deliveries struggling a bit. I think that there's a better. I think that the grocery space is better, but I mean, like for longevity. But now, of course, the game is always changing. So now there's a dumpling, but now we got Kroger and other markets coming up with their own delivery.
Right. And now some of these companies are coming up with the technology of the scan and go, and which actually Instacart's one of them, because they know that they're kind of losing footing in the arena of the delivery. And so now they're trying to get with the customers on the in-store side of it.
Right.
Interesting. Which actually, I mean, they bought those companies a year and a half ago, and I haven't seen them do anything yet. I mean, I don't know if they've put any of that into play, because I read an article today that they were going to take some of their technology stuff and be in a California store the end of 2022 or 2021. And I haven't heard anything else about that. So I don't know if that was maybe just their hope at that point and that just didn't materialize. I don't know. But
Yeah.
but it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
I
But
feel like the scan and go stuff, the QR codes, and the things that Instacart is calling technology. First of all, I don't think it's technology. I mean, I think it
well,
was
they're talking
technology 10 years
about
ago, but I think that
about
they're integrating it and like calling it theirs. I feel like it's more to like the grocery store's advantage. I feel like they're slowly going, okay, we don't want to just kick Instacart out. Let's pick off their customers first.
right.
I mean
Well,
that would make sense. You wouldn't want to say you're banned from here. You'd want to slowly pick off their customers because you don't want an Instacart shopper. Maybe they don't care so much about the store. Some people care totally on what store you go to, but maybe they don't care so much about the
right.
store. And they're like, well, it doesn't service that store anymore. I'll still use Instacart.
Well, I think most people care about what store, because I know personally I have to go to several different stores because Publix has some things that Walmart or Winn-Dixie doesn't have. Walmart may have something that Publix and Winn-Dixie doesn't have. Certain things that I want that's a certain brand or whatever that I have to go to those stores. And it sucks because sometimes, I'll end up having to go to 2 or 3 stores because there's certain things. Like I've been addicted to True Moo chocolate milk lately. And I don't know why, but True Moo chocolate milk, I'm telling you, tastes better than any chocolate milk you've ever had. But I can only get it at Publix. Well, I can get it at Winn-Dixie, but they don't have it at Walmart. So that's like one thing that I have to go there for.
Yeah.
Just like my deli meat and cheese. I'm not buying that at Walmart. I always go to Publix for that to get the boar's head. It's just
Yeah.
so.
But yeah, I bottom line is I see some of these things in the news. I post them on the website about Instacart, and like I just read something today about Instacart. They're getting very close to going public, and there was like an article like building them up because of what you were talking about, their technology, and then they were writing on it. I'm like, none of that is technology, none of it. Like
Well,
it's all already invented, all of it.
No, you're right. You're right. It is already invented, and they bought other companies. Shoot, I don't have my paper right here. Let's see if I can. Oh, I was in such a hurry to get out the door that I kind of put everything everywhere. But one of the things was the scan and go carts where they can scan the items. It goes in the cart. The cart weighs the item so they know if that's actually what they scanned. And I know there's other companies out there that are talking about doing this. And I think BJ's, is it BJ's? I know one of the warehouse stores, and I'm pretty sure it's BJ's, was already doing this for like the last couple of years. I'm pretty sure.
What do you
But I
mean?
think that'll be interesting to see how that goes, because I don't see that going any better than self-checkout as far as.
Are you talking about the Instacart Smart Cart?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god, that thing has been that thing's been going on for like 4 years and it doesn't work. So they're coming up with a new thing when you come in where I don't even fully understand what they're doing because I don't really see any benefit to it, but you can QR code your Instacart order. I don't even I didn't even understand it. It
I
just
didn't
seemed
read
like
anything
another
about
level of confusion. I was like, what? This is not going to sell anybody, is what I was thinking. Like if you haven't bought into Instacart yet, I would think you're never going to.
No, I agree.
They're not going to be
they're
bringing people
losing.
on at any kind of. They better do something huge, quick to keep the customers they have because I don't think they're going to be bringing in anybody.
No, I agree. I agree. I don't think
And
so
now
either.
DoorDash is coming from them. You know, I mean, DoorDash during the Super Bowl ran ads only for supermarkets. They didn't even run their delivery ads.
I know. Wasn't that crazy?
So I mean, they are coming for Instacart. Uber Eats there's articles about Uber Eats coming for Instacart, and then the grocery stores want Instacart out.
Well,
Instacart's facing a horrible future.
I get orders from Uber Eats and DoorDash for shop and pays all the time. You know, for Winn-Dixie or Walmart. They're not big orders. I mean, they're not going to send me something that's 80 items like I'm used to getting, you know, with my own business with Dumpling, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so every Tuesday, as you know, Dumpling has their office hours. Sometimes they have the office hours where it's a Zoom call. You don't have to get on there and show your face or anything. You basically just tap into it. You can listen. There's a chat. So if you have a question during the office hours and while they're talking about things, you can just type in your question and they answer you like that.
Yeah, I see it pop up every week. I just never hit it.
I've
Is that
only
why?
done
Is that why? Is that why I'm not searchable? Is that the criteria I'm missing?
No, but I did. That was one of the questions that I had for them today because I wanted to have that answered for you today. But no, I had a list of several questions that I wanted to have answered before tonight. So I popped on there to talk to them. And, you know, you and I had talked about, I had noticed when I had gone to the Dumpling app now that it used to show the free, the pro, and the big one. What do they call it?
Right,
Tycoon.
enterprise.
Tycoon, sorry.
Yeah, Tycoon. Yeah.
Anyway, but I've noticed that they no longer show the free one. So I said, is the free gone forever? And she said, yes. As far as new shoppers coming in, that's not available. If they were already signed up on it and they're on the free, then they can, you know, stay on the free till they move up. But I mean, if you do 2-3 orders a month, you've got to move up to the pro or you're just throwing money down the drain. You know,
what is the percentage again? Because it's weird to me because you're still paying a percentage.
You're paying, it was like 3.7, 3.8 or something on groceries and earnings on the free. And then when you get to the pro, it's like 2.7 on earnings only. What you pay them on those fees, so minimal. And I wanted to have actually, and next time we come, I will have it ready, that I wanted to like add all of my fees up as far as what I've paid them since I've switched over to the pro compared to what I've made. And then people see what a minimal amount that it is. But, and when I talked to Ashley today, she also said that her and the other girl, and I'm so sorry, I don't remember her name right now, have worked it 1,000 times, you know, numbers, you know, working it both ways. And she said it always works out better to be on the pro, that people
if you're getting, I mean, when you said 2 or 3, I was thinking if you're getting huge orders.
Well, I mean, I don't know how huge they have to be.
Well, I mean, what is it? $20, 19.99, or for the pro?
$29.
$29.99. So
it used to be $39, and now it's $29. But you know, you get a lot. I mean, if you think about everything that you get for $29,
and you get 2 cards with that one.
You get 2 cards. The second card you do have to pay an extra $20 for if you want it. But
just
I mean, I guess if you've got a husband-wife team, you know, like somebody like,
well, just one time though, or per month?
No, just a one-time setup fee.
Right. I'm just saying because I see Marissa is in the chat right now, and like if her and I wanted to do this, she's in Boulder.
Right.
I'm in Denver. There's no way we can get a card back and forth.
Right. But you also do have a virtual card. So say you guys just had a virtual card and a regular card. Most places take Apple Pay. The only place that I've ever been that I couldn't use my Apple Pay was Walmart.
Oh,
But
I just haven't even tried tying my dumpling to my Apple Pay is mine, so I'm like, I don't really understand how that would work.
oh no, it's super easy because when you go up to pay, you just hold your phone up to that little,
Right.
the thing.
But
and
it's your Apple Pay.
But no, here's what happens. All your cards you have signed up on your Apple Pay in there. I shouldn't say Apple Pay. I'm using the wrong word. All the cards that you have in your wallet.
Yeah.
Will pop up on your screen and you'll see them, and you just tap which
And
one you
obviously
want.
we're talking about iPhones too, so
Yeah. And you tap which one you want, you double click your side, and it's right there. So it's very, very simple. I use it 99% of the time.
Yeah.
For that. Matter of fact, I didn't have a physical card with them for a long time because I had lost it and just never replaced it until that one time when I got stuck in Walmart with that $200 order with no card. But anyway, it is very simple. So, but it's $20. So yeah, if you want a second card, it's $20.
So $30 a month. You do the math. Okay, so that's $360 a year.
Right.
And
you've got. Let me list off everything.
I wonder why they took away the free.
Probably because it really just doesn't make sense.
But it does for the people getting started.
But I think what they did, I think they took away the free. And I mean, you and I have the code to give people the 60 days free, right. Which they $1. Do offer that on the app as well. What's that?
It's $1.
And then the $19.99 setup fee is $1.
Right. Yeah.
So if you go into the app without us and without a code, they do offer the 60-day free in there anyway. But what they're getting with our code, which by the way, people gives us nothing except bragging rights to say, hey, we brought some people to Dumpling. But that's it. We don't get any kickbacks. It's not an affiliate marketing thing. There's nothing. It just, they gave it to us because we're here talking about it twice a month. So the only extra thing they're getting by using our code really is the $19.99. They don't have to pay, and they only pay $1 just to prove they're a human being.
Right. Yeah, that their card's active.
So I think that's when they took away, I'm just guessing here, but I think when they took away the free, that they're just making that 60 days kind of a permanent thing, is my guess.
Yeah.
That way it's like,
like I told you,
here's your free, and either you're going to get on the horn and make something out of it in 60 days, or you really don't care that much about it.
Yeah. Well, but see, that's me. I went on it. I did the 60 days, and then I left it paying in auto pay, and I still wasn't doing it. And then it's one of those things that we all do, that you overlook and you're like, what the heck is this? And you finally figure it out. And then I went and changed it to free right at the time when I was just starting to bring in all my clients. So now all of a sudden I needed it, and I still haven't switched to it. I'm going to now, because if I were to do the math, I already know if I just have been busy. If I were to do the math on mine, I'm losing, like you said, I'm losing money.
Right. Because
I'm throwing money away. I
stayed on the free far too long. And when I just really never thought about it. So then when I went back and I started figuring out, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get switched over. I'm throwing money down the drain. And I have, because of my different gig work things, I have several different accounts where money's here, money's here, money's here, money's here. So I've got all these different debit cards and stuff. So I never know what bill's coming out of what account this month or whatever. So if your $29 gets declined that month, by the way, it's going to flip you back to the free pricing. So one day they had tried to take it out of one of my accounts. Well, the money was in the other account and I didn't realize it. So I had an order come in, and then I did the order and I had to pay all that extra money, all the extra fees. And I'm like, but I've been paying this every month. I just had the wrong account in there. And I'm like, it's fixed now. They're like, well, sorry, but when you complete the order, it's just whenever you complete the order, that's the way it is. So I was kind of mad about that, but it's my own fault. It's my own fault. So just a warning for anybody that, if you're like me and have 20 accounts that you can't keep track of, if it declines your payment, it's going to send you back to the yucky fees.
Yeah.
So, where's my other? Sorry, give me 1 second.
But what am I missing?
Oh yes, that's what we're going to talk about. So, in order to be listed on the marketplace, I thought there was only 2 little things that you had to do, but actually it's a little bit more. And they do this because they want to make sure that they are listing people who are active and who want clients. Because if they just, if everybody signed up and they put everybody on the marketplace, they could have 20 people on there that aren't even doing this anymore. You know what I mean? So,
right.
They
don't want
to make sure people are following.
And for those that don't know, when Holly's saying marketplace, like if you go to dumpling.us and you just search your zip code, because like I can refer you to me, I can send you a text referral even that'll refer you right to my account. So there's like you have to bring in your own customers, but if by happenstance you get somebody that's just looking in your area, you want to show up in a search.
And it's not by happenstance, because I would say 50 to 75% of my customers probably have come that way.
Really?
Well, maybe I would say 50. I would say the other 50 I've probably gotten through the magnet on my car, talking to people, passing out my card that way.
Right.
But I bet 50% has come. I'll have to look at that too and figure that out.
So what? Okay. So what am I missing? What have I done wrong?
You haven't done anything wrong, honey. It's okay. All right. You have to make sure that your business profile is completed on there. Everything that's supposed to be on there. Okay. Yeah. You have to have at least 1 store or 1 service listed.
I have 4, and I've used 3 of them. Yeah.
You're good there. You have to have availability on your schedule. So if somebody hasn't gone in there and said that they're available any slots, they're not going to show up.
I work outside of mine, but I put Monday through Friday, I put 10 to 12 and 12 to 2.
Yeah. As long as you have something open in the next 7 days, you're good. Yeah. You're on when you first sign up, as you know, the Dumpling University, there are the onboarding modules that you have to go in and do now to learn about dumpling. So
that's what I'm missing.
You have to go in and complete the onboarding portion, and that is in Dumpling University.
So I have to. That one I have to do from a computer.
No, you can do that from your phone.
From my Boss app?
No, you have to go to. Let's see. You have to go to the website, I think, or check your email, and there will be a link in there or something, probably somewhere.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, I know exactly where it is. I'll send you a link to it when we're finished here.
Okay.
I can do it more than I can tell you. But yeah, you can do it from your phone, but it's probably not from the app. You have to actually go to the site. Which the onboarding thing, it's not like any big intensive thing. Probably 15 minutes, you're probably done.
Well, I'm wondering how I even got past it.
What do you mean?
Like how I ever got to this is registered to join for today's office hours. Okay, that's not it. I was like, how was I ever able to start without doing these onboarding things?
Because you can start it, but they're not going to put you on the marketplace and promote you until you finish that, and they know you've done that.
Okay.
Because it's your business. I mean, you know what I mean? But then again, if they're going to put you on the marketplace and promote you, then they kind of feel a little responsibility for you. You know what I mean? So I think that this is just, of course, my take that
if they're
going to do that, they're going to make sure you've taken the proper.
See on the bottom where it says
too old to read that.
Okay, well, so
to say.
the bottom two say engage and find new clients, and it's a box and it's checked, and it says I'd like Dumpling to send marketing to my clients on my behalf. Zip code search. It's checked too, and it says display my business in zip code search on the web and mobile app.
Okay, that was the next thing I was getting ready to tell you on
But
the
it's
list.
checked.
Yes, that's where you opt in. Okay, so that's another thing that you had to complete in order to do that. But you still have to do the onboarding, but you have to have that opt in checked also.
Okay.
The last thing that you have to do, and this isn't something you have to do prior to getting listed for the first time, but it's something that you have to continue to do throughout your business with Dumpling. And that is you have to convert leads from the marketplace into sales. So if the marketplace, you have 20 people come on there and they find you and they message you or whatever, they choose you as their shopper but never place an order, Dumpling's going to be like, well, why do you have 20 people that chose you as a shopper but then never placed an order? Why aren't you talking to these people and engaging with them and getting them to order with you? So if you're not converting any leads or any sales out of the leads that the marketplace is providing you, once you get to a certain percentage, they're going to send you an email and they're going to say, hey, we're having a problem here. You're going to get pulled off the market. They're going to give you a warning first. And I don't know what the percentage of that is. Or if you've got 10 people that placed orders and you canceled all 10 orders, you've got a large cancellation of, so you're not being reliable to the clients, then they're going to pull you off the marketplace because they don't want to recommend you if you're not reliable.
Right.
So that's
I just found it actually. In that same thing
onboarding.
where I was reading you that, it had a little information thing, and when I hit it, it said just how to display my geo area, and it's number 4. It says complete the onboarding courses at Dumpling University. It's underlined, so you touch that, launches another page that I have to launch, and it says not required for business owners that signed up before October 1st of 21.
Correct.
So that's probably why you skipped it.
Because I signed up in July of 21. Yes, I did.
So you didn't even do it either, but I need to do it.
I did not.
Yeah. So, okay, now I see how to do that. I just will log in, okay?
So basically, there's seven things you have to do. None of them are difficult. I remember when I very first signed up, though, and I remember reading about the converting leads, and that worried me when I read that, because I'm like, well, gosh, how close are they watching me? What are they expecting? Am I going to have to do it? And I felt like kind of like I was watched, like the other gig apps. You know what I mean? When I first read that. But honestly, it hasn't been any problem at all.
Number 7. So here's what. So number 1 is complete business profile, name, picture, business name. Number 2 is have at least, like you said, one store or service listed. Of course, you need to do that.
Yep.
Have at least one open time slot on your schedule next 7 days, like you said. 4 is the onboarding. 5 is complete an order in the past 30 days. Done that.
Yes. I skipped that one because you went into the opt-in thing.
Opt in to have your business show up in results. But the number 7 sounds weird. Actively convert Dumpling sourced leads from the marketplace to first time and repeat clients.
That's what I was just telling you about.
I still that just sounds weird.
Well, if all you have on there are 20 people that have found you on the marketplace, but you're not reaching out to those people and converting them into your customers, then I guess they probably start to wonder why.
Right, but what if you just didn't like the person, or you didn't click, or you're like, I don't want to do this for you. Like they don't like your prices, or.
Well, if you've had to probably do one order for them, then if you don't like them, you did one order for them, right?
Right, but what if like when I'm working out the prices, they're like, no, I don't like that. Well, tough. Like I don't know. I wouldn't want somebody sending me a message and
I
my
think that
pricing's right there, but they send me a message saying, "Hey, can you do this?" And Dumpling has a record of a message being sent to me, and then I don't pick them up as a client.
no, I think that it has to be pretty severe.
You'd have to just be not answering anything.
I think so.
I mean,
I think so.
knowing Joel and the way that that company's run, I can't see them going, "You didn't answer 2 emails. You're out of here."
Because you know how many people, including myself, that get on apps here or there and they look at something and they sign up for something and then they never go back and look at it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so they know that. I mean, they understand. I mean, I've got a ton of leads in here of people that have done that, you know, never did anything. Or I have people like that signed up just because they wanted to be a part of my page, but like don't even live here anymore or whatever. So they're under there, but they're not even really applicable for me to do them. But I'll have to go through here and actually look and see. But I mean, if you look at my list, you would see I actually have quite a few.
Right. Like, I mean, when I search my area code, there's none.
No, I mean people
They
that
don't
have
even
signed
show
up.
one semi close though. Like I would be the only one, and I'm in Denver.
I'm
I'm
the only
like
one
in the
here
city
too.
limits.
4, 5, 6, 7. All right, hold on. I'm going to count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Wow.
That's how many shoppers you have in your area?
Okay,
Oh.
I have 49 people on my leads list. I take that back, 48, because I actually did an order for somebody here off the app that screwed me out of money. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. Okay, so I have 48 on here. One's my sister, one's my aunt, one is a shopper that I became friends with that moved out of state and passed her clients to me. So taking those 3 out, I still have 45 people in here that came in, signed up for the app, chose me as a shopper, and never placed an order.
But was it your was it your responsibility to get back to them?
But I always did. So that's
Oh,
what I'm saying.
you
Is
did.
that,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, we're looking at what, 21, 2 years. So 45 and 2 years. Now, if you go on the bottom of the app down there where it says clients,
Right.
right? And you've got where it says leads.
Uh-huh.
So I'm using this stupid.
See, the only thing I see in leads is when I send one out to somebody. Like when I share my profile and say, "Hey, here it is." Then I'll see that I sent it as a lead. And it's a reminder to me, no, you already approached that person.
Do you have an Android or an iPhone?
An iPhone.
Okay. Because I'm on this stupid Android right now because I'm on the StreamYard with my iPhone and it's more clear, this stupid thing. Okay, when you click on clients, you're going to see active and you're going to say leads. So active is anybody that you've placed an order, right?
Yeah.
And then the other options are my regulars, hasn't ordered in a while. And that's clients that haven't placed an order in the last 30 days.
Right.
My regulars are your regular clients that have ordered in the last 30 days and have 2 or more lifetime orders. Okay. And then from the marketplace, from your web page or invite, that was sourced from your shop web page or direct invite from the Boss app. So I sent that to my super clients, your regular clients that have ordered in the last 30 days and have 50 or more lifetime orders. Oh, everybody there. Okay, so that's my active clients of how you can break it down and look at them. So then if you go back at the top with the clients, you've got, sorry. got active. Can you see that or no?
No.
Top.
Kind of. Not really.
All right, at the top it says active and leads.
Yeah.
So when I hit active, that's when it gave me all of those options to look through all those people that I have. And like I said, those were all people that have done something with me at some point. If I hit leads,
see, you're seeing leads from people that found you on the website, though. I only see in my leads, like if I send out 10 text messages where you share your profile, they'll be in the leads too for me. Until that person does an order with me. So if I send out like 5 people I know, hey, here's my profile that I'm wanting them to sign up like I have been, they'll be in leads till they make a purchase.
But they're not going to be in leads unless they go and download your app.
As soon as I send the text, I think it's in the leads.
I don't think so.
I don't know. But I am not seeing the ones
right.
from the app, though.
If you go into leads, you hit that. And then again at the top, you've got the choices again from Marketplace. New connections that were sourced from the Dumpling Marketplace. Okay.
Right.
And then from your web page. Okay. I'm trying to see who is on there. Here's why I don't think that that's correct, what you're saying. Because, okay, if you go into one of the names, you've got their phone number, their email is in there under their name. Well, if I just text message them a link, I wouldn't have that information in there.
Oh, never mind. It's invited.
Okay, there you go. All right. So we've got Marketplace and from your webpage.
Sorry. Yeah, okay.
That's okay.
Well, you didn't. Okay. Yeah, you didn't say invited. I didn't even know. So yeah, when I do it, it's invited. Because I have active leads and invited on my app under clients.
Okay, so there's 13 of my 45. Well, 46 became my sister. Let's see, 13, 46. So I've got about, let's see, if I'm taking out my sister and my aunt, 45, about 30, so about 33, 32, that are people that went to the Dumpling app without my prodding.
Right.
And just found me, signed up, and didn't get converted. So that, I think, would be a question. I got to turn this light on now. It's getting dark. That I would actually have for Ashley, because it says convert leads from the marketplace, right?
Right.
That's how it reads.
Yeah.
That's a good question for her. Is it just the people that went to the app and randomly found us, or does that include all leads, whether it's from the marketplace or from your webpage or invite?
Right. Well, the invites, I think they just go under invited.
Well, if you look here, when you click on
like
leads,
right now on invited, I have a thing that says looks like you don't have any pending client invites. So every time I've invited, I thought that was leads, but every time I've invited, they sit there until they accept.
If you go under leads, though, my two options when you hit leads are from marketplace, or in one, right, the next bubble is from your webpage or invite. So that's from you sending them something.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I just know that I don't have any leads because I'm doing it on my own, but that's probably because, that's why I need to do that.
And I know other people that I have sent my link to, friends of mine, that are not showing up on here that I know 100% I sent a link to. So right, they're only showing up if they do come on here and at least download the app.
When I go to active, like all my clients say that says their phone number, the last order date they made, it says lead source boss app invite, which means I sent them the invite.
Yes. Because some of mine say marketplace, some say boss app invite, your web page. So I wonder what the difference is between my web page and my boss app invite.
Because your boss app invite is like if you are just in the app and you text, like if you texted it to me, there's a way to go into your thing and just say, share this with this person, just text it to them.
Well, I always go into the business thing and I go to the web page where it says you copy the link and then I text it.
Right.
Is that how you do it?
I don't know. Mine just has a way to just say invite, and you can just like it has a little person up in the upper right hand corner on that screen with a plus, and you can just touch it, and then it'll just say what's their phone number, and then it produces a pre-written welcome that you can overwrite or whatever.
Oh, under the client. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, that's under the client tab. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go under the business tab and I go to, I never used it that way. That's interesting. I go to business tab and then I go to web page sharing and marketing. And if you open that, your shareable web page is at the top. See where it says, dumpling.us/savvy shopper. And then it's got that little thing next to it that you just click to copy the link.
Yeah.
And then I just go and text it to them. That's how I've
always.
I
mean, that's, like, I guess that's a good thing that we hit on then, because if I already talked to somebody and they're like, yeah, I'm down, I'll do this, which is how it's been. I just text them from the clients because they already know about all of it. I don't want to confuse them anymore. But if I bumped into somebody I don't know and I said, okay, well, give me your information, I'll send it over, I would rather send them to the website so it looks professional.
Well,
I don't want them just getting a text just saying download the app.
No, you don't. When you here, let me see.
Right, but I'm saying, like, when you do it from the client one, it's okay if you've already approached people and they know that it's coming. In fact, that's faster. Listen, I'm going to send it to you. Just download the app. Because when you download the app from there, it takes you right to my page.
Well, I don't send it to people cold. I mean, I've talked to somebody and I'll be like, hey, what's your number? And I'll send you the link to download my app. And then they get it and it shows them it's my page. So when they click that, it takes them directly to my page on Dumpling.
Yep.
When we get off here, I will copy
I think there's a couple different ways. We'll investigate it before the next one.
Yeah.
That I think there's a couple ways that you can invite, and maybe Ashley can straighten out why you would do which one.
Right. We need to find out if there's a difference between the way that you've been doing it and the way I've been doing it.
Right.
And if that's just, that's interesting, because I really had never noticed that before because I never really paid attention.
But so for everybody watching, for episode 5, I'm going to go back through episode 1, 2, 3, and 4 and write down all the things that we've been wanting to address, and we'll address all of them. No, that's what we should do for episode 5. We should just get caught up and just address all those.
That's what all these notes are for.
I know, but I mean, like, let's just make sure that we've covered the basis.
And here's another thing: the promo code Welcome15 that was going around for a while. I did not know if that was a permanent promo code, which I thought it was, but apparently that is not. And that was finished at Christmas, and so that is no longer valid, which kind of stinks, because the only other, which I guess I could offer somebody the 15, but that was something that Dumpling was actually picking up and paying.
Right.
And which was super nice of them, I have to say. So the only promotion they have right now is that piggyback deal, which I'm not interested in. I like to do one client at a time where they have 100% of my attention.
Yeah. In fact, that's one thing I don't like about the availability. That's why I only have it be 2 hours twice a day on only weekdays, because a lot of my shops are on the weekends. I just only list those. I might even go down to just one, because I don't like it if I'm on a shop and I look, and then the app looks different because it shows that other people could add on to the shop. Okay.
You must have it set up wrong then, because the way I have mine set up is I have every 2 hours I have a slot. I mean, I go from 11 a.m. to midnight. Every 2 hours, there's a slot that somebody could put in, but they cannot pick a slot that is less than 2 hours away. They have to
No. But here was an example. So
and only one person can be in there at a time, because I say I only accept one order per time slot.
Right.
So
I went with the default, which they defaulted at 3.
Yeah,
which to me is crazy. Like when you're learning this app, because it is a little different, you don't want more than one.
No.
Not a chance. But like one of my clients did say, it's really weird because I got on the app to order and it said that you would be shopping this day at King Supers between 12 and 2. And it was weird because I had picked up, I did tell a client I would do that. And I did set it as, okay, yes, I will do your shop here.
That's because you somehow got onto the piggyback promotion. And if you are signed up, because I was set up like that too. And I went in there and I had to get myself off of it because I'm like, I don't want to do that. Because with piggyback, if you have an order come in for Publix Wednesday at 12 o'clock, it's going to send all your other clients in that zip code, hey, Steve's going to be at Publix Wednesday at 12. You can piggyback the order, say $5 by doubling up with this other customer, and she'll shop your order at the same time.
Oh yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that anyway, because I don't want my customers getting annoyed by texts that confuse them anymore.
Yeah. You need to go in there and find the piggyback
just turn
promotion.
It off.
Get yourself out of that. Yeah, that's what I had to do.
What, you just make it 0? Is that what you did?
It's an option of whether you want to basically participate in the piggyback promotion or not.
Okay.
I know where it is, but again, I have to look.
No, I'm just trying to fix it in real time while we're doing it, because like schedule, it must be under schedule.
It's harder for me with.
Oh, it's even worse. Mine actually. Every 2 hour time slot says 5 orders max.
Oh my, yes, you need to fix that.
Hey guys, I can't do 5. So yeah, time block, you can change in the settings to however many hours you want it to be. Time block orders, maximum number of orders in a time block. And I'm guessing I just want that to be 1.
Right. I have, like, here it says 12 to 2, 1 order max, and it's a 2 hour slot. And then it has a red dot next to it, which means if you go into settings, it's.
Oh, you can also change your booking conditions, the minimum number of hours required before the start of a time block for clients to be able to place an order. I haven't done that either.
That's what I was just telling you. So nobody can go in and place, if I'm at the store and it's 1 o'clock and there's another slot starting at 2, somebody can't go in and choose 2 right then, because they have to give me 2 hour notice.
Right.
And the reason that I did that was because I do have slots that are all back to back to back to back. So I don't want to be starting on somebody or be in the middle of somebody that's a large order that, may be taking me a little longer, and have somebody go in and take the very next slot that starts in a half hour. You know what I mean? So I made sure I put 2 hours in there for that.
I just did the same as you. I just did 2 hours in 1 client.
Now below that, you will see where it says, after you choose that, there's an option for hide time slots. So if I already have a customer from 12 to 2, do not show the time slots that fall within this window to client. So if it's 1:30, let's say I don't have anybody from 2 to 4, or they're not going to show them even that time slot because that's within the 2 hours. Or it can show the time slot, which is how I used to have it. And then I had everybody still booking that was less than 2 hours away, because all it would do is it would still let them book, and it would just send me an automated message that says, hey, I picked 11 to 1 for delivery. Is that okay? Well, what am I going to do? Say no? So I'd rather just not show anything.
Right. I can tell by the wording, because it defaulted me to show time slots, but I think I want hide time slots.
Yeah, you do. You do.
That's weird. It was orange when it was show time slots, and then it's red if you hit time slots. Like it doesn't
Right.
want you to be on that one.
Well, no, the red is because stop. I'm not going to show you the things. And the orange is caution. You can book it, but it's a caution kind of thing.
Right, because it says show time for the show time slots. It says show time slots with a warning message and encourage your clients to first contact you. That's not going to really work. I mean, I already tell them to contact me anyway, so it doesn't.
Right, because you get a message that says,
like if I make it hide time slots, they can still just make an order. It just won't show them. I think it's more confusing to show them time slots.
When they had the time slots available and somebody would pick one that was outside of the 2-hour range, I would get a message that says, "Hi, Holly Camp. I would like to confirm your availability for an order at Winn-Dixie or whatever in your 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. delivery window. Does that work for you? Thanks." That's an automated thing that comes from the Dumpling app. If somebody booked within that 2-hour time frame when it showed the window. That's how I figured that out. And I was like, okay, yeah, I got to change that.
Right. Yep. I just did it. So it still hasn't changed in my orders, but whatever. Maybe it will. And
also with Steve saying here, with choosing your settings, your time block hours, he and I both have, it says number of hours in a time block. We both have 2. But if you live in an area that maybe, it takes you a little bit longer because it just takes a longer drive, or maybe you're a little slower shopper, or you just want to give yourself extra time between orders, whatever, you can make that number anything you want. You can make it 2, 3, 4, make it 6 hours, whatever. That's your choice as it's your business. You can choose whatever you want. So all those are things that are great that you can set up on your own. And then they also have closed days. So if I'm going on vacation, which I am in June, and I haven't put that in here yet, I go in and I go to June and I click on the 23rd, and then that puts a red square around it. And then I go to July 3rd and I click that, and then I hit save. Now that's going to block that timeout to let people know, hey, I'm closed this week. Or if I just have a day that I'm going to be out of town because I have a doctor appointment somewhere else or something.
So it doesn't send all your clients a thing saying, hey, these dates she's not available.
No.
Okay.
No. So that would be something that you would have to do on your own.
Right. Because I was going to say, like, when I use a feature like that, I'm going to need to tell my clients.
Yeah. You have 5, and I don't know, how regular they are or whatever, but I obviously wouldn't text message all of my clients, because when they go on there and they see my calendar, they'll see I'm closed. But the people that are really regular with me, of course, I would reach out to them and be like, give them a month notice or whatever, if I know it, and say, hey, I'm going to be gone for 10 days, this date to this date, so they have a heads up way ahead of time, of course. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I like this. I need to go through this more. I need to get listed before the next time I need to be listed. Now I know I need to go to Dumpling University. I don't know exactly what I need to complete. It better be easy because I'm already doing it.
Right.
I don't know. It better not be some difficult thing, because I'm already doing it.
I'm guessing it's going to take you 15 minutes to 20 minutes, I bet. It's probably watch some videos, answer some simple questions, make sure you were paying attention, and that's it. You've done that stuff on Instacart and all that stuff before, haven't you?
I remember it on Shipt. I don't know what I did with Instacart. I feel like I didn't do anything with Instacart. Maybe I did. I don't know. With Shipt I did, for sure. Shipt had a whole ordeal thing to get on board.
Have you talked to Ashley or Joel or anybody at Dumpling regarding the new resort delivery deal that they have going on?
No.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was something that was basically the same thing we were doing already, and they were just kind of calling it something else. Like, you know how I do vacation people all the time that come here, and I go and I take their groceries to the condo, and I'll take them in there and I'll put them in the fridge for them and all that stuff. I just kind of thought it was that kind of a thing. So I asked her about that today, and I was given some clarity on that as well. And I guess it's a whole different ball game, and you can do both if you want, but I sent the form in so somebody will contact me and explain the whole thing to me, and, you know, tell me how much it is and all that stuff. But what it sounds like is it's more on the tycoon level, to where, say if I lived in Orlando and I went to some Disney resort and said, hey, look, I have this business. We have, you know, these shoppers that will do all the shopping for you, blah, blah, blah. And so this resort would basically contract with you, and you'd be getting like 100 orders a day. She said it could, you know, be. I mean, so it's like a much larger scale deal. It's not like a 1 or 2 man operation, she said.
Right. Okay.
So interesting, but I'm very interested to talk to somebody from there and get all of the details and learn about it. You know, I think that would be very interesting, because I think you could kind of take that idea and, you know, while I do the vacation stuff and I go to the condos and all that stuff, that's only working with the clients. I have not yet, but I plan to reach out to any of the Airbnb owners or, you know, small resort owners that have very small beachside things, you know, whatever, not great big Disney conglomerate things. But so I think that could be very interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
And I would like to know about the people that are doing it, you know, and what's going on with that.
I want to see how many leads I get being listed on their thing, because like I said, if I put in my zip code, nothing comes up. It doesn't even say other zip codes that are close. There's nobody comes up. So I want to see, once I am listed there and I can find myself, like, who else is finding me.
Right.
I'm going to be interested to see that.
Like I said, when I signed up in whatever it was, July or actually I probably signed up in June of 2021, there was about 7 people on there, and now I'm the only one.
Right.
And Sarasota's big.
Yeah, Denver's big.
Right. I mean, it's probably about the same size.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a small city at all. Like, I'm surprised, because it's supposed to show you the next closest, and it just doesn't have any.
Well, I really think that it is getting the word out, which is, you know, one reason I wanted to do this, because it's not only about helping people that want to start this business. It's about helping customers and clients understand why Dumpling is different.
Yeah.
And, you know, with no markup on the groceries. And I mean, it's a VIP grocery delivery service. You're not going to find it anywhere else. You
right. Even from the grocery
companies.
stores, because especially if you need multiple stops, which I'm finding 2 of my clients already have me doing multiple stops. So like, that's another thing. Like, you know, those people aren't going to go to the Kroger's or the Winn-Dixies and order the $7.99 delivery fee.
Right. Hello, Megan. Hello, Fallon. My daughter.
I see him here. I was about to tell you.
Like, hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. I'm like, oh, there's my girls. That's funny. Well, that just threw me off.
But yeah, I think that I need to get that done. I need to rewrite my page. And I think that I think it should be the next time. We should really ask. She said yes. We should ask Ashley on the next time. Have it really structured.
I did talk to her about that today. And I told her that we were changing the time.
Okay.
So
which probably helps her.
Yeah, so I'll be in touch with her.
Because I know she has a kid she picks up every day. So like, she works the office hours around that kid.
Right. You know, the other thing that I did this past week or so is that I went on for those of you that don't know this, there is a Facebook page for dumpling business owners. And I went to that page and I just kind of scrolled through and read comments and questions and things because I wanted to know what kind of questions people had, or, what, maybe if there were things that were out there that they were thinking that were incorrect, that, hey, needed to be cleared up. And maybe that's a misconception other people have, so I was kind of trying to find those points that, we could help people with. And
yeah, you invited me to it. And then I saw Matthew T. And I was like, oh, Matt Tells runs this.
Yes, he does.
Okay, so yeah.
But there was one person in there that was complaining about the like the customer service hours, basically, if you have a question or whatever. But I'm like, I had to say something because, yes, if you have a general question that is not an emergency, it's, the Monday through Friday deal or whatever. But if you have any problem with an order or whatever, their
Just
SOS
text Joel.
Their SOS is real-time support. It's available 364 days a year. It's the only day it's not available is Christmas. And it's 8 a.m. to midnight Eastern time, 364 days. So if you need something from Dumpling, you're going to get a real person in the country that speaks English that can help you.
Yep.
Tell me another company that does that.
None. Yeah. Well, Curry does that too, but they should. And they're all based here in the country too, but yeah. And if it's after midnight, just text Joel directly.
Well, I don't think many of us.
I'm just kidding, Joel. I would never give out your phone number.
You just gave it to me. What are you talking
about? But yeah, I want to compare. So I think one of the things we should do for next time too is, because I'm actually in my app, so we're done. I'm gonna like switch a couple things around and go back to the business model for out of the free. But I'm gonna take this year and see how much I've spent being on free.
Well.
And I'm guessing, because I think that's a good comparison. I'm guessing I've way overspent it. Like that I went way over $29 a month.
It does not take much.
Right. So I just wish it was free. Like the percentage on me, like $29 a month, and then not even the 2.7 on my earnings.
Right. Well, and add up. Well, it's a credit card processing fee that they're basically passing on to us. But they've worked with these credit card companies. They've got it down as low as they possibly can.
Right. You and I couldn't go get as good a rate. So
no, we couldn't go to the bank. And really, okay, if I have a $700 order, I'm sorry, but I don't have $700 sitting around to go fund an order. I don't.
Right. Yeah.
And I had a $700 order. I did. And that was just the grocery part of it. That wasn't even what I ended up getting paid. So, really, I had a $1,000 order if you want to look at all that. But that's what a lot of people really don't give enough credit to, because I think they look at some of this stuff and they think, oh, I'm going to go spend $40-50 at the grocery store and grab a couple of things for somebody. Oh, no. There, these orders can be very large. And if you have enough money to throw out $1,000, a week or an order or whatever, you go for it. But, I couldn't do that. And what would I have to do? I would have to have good credit. I would have to go to the bank and I would have to get a loan. I would have to pay interest on that loan as a small business. And that would be a whole another cluster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, the fact that they've pre-funded these orders for us is huge, in my opinion. Huge. I couldn't do this otherwise. Couldn't do it.
Yeah. I don't know what the exact amount is, but I always feel like it's somewhere around 280 or 300. And beyond that, you have to call them. There is a point you have to call them and say, I need it extended.
It's $275. And once they know you and you've been on there for a while, like when I get certain orders in and they say, oh, that's so-and-so, that's her, regular client. And, they see how much she orders and they know that she always orders that much, so they'll up it a little bit already. But, I'll hit that SOS when I'm halfway through scanning stuff. And I'm like, hey, I'm already at such and such dollar. I don't call them, but I just, type it in there that I need extra funds, and it's there before I'm done ringing out. They're so fast.
You just got another hello from somebody that said, hi, Megan's mom.
Is that somebody that knows Megan? That I don't know.
TK23.
I don't know, but that's somebody we don't know, but welcome. Who else is in here? The Driven Dad. Tony, How are you? Josh? We haven't even gone through we've been
I saw Nova Dasher in here earlier. Marissa's in here, Cruising Dasher. Ceci's in here.
Hey ho.
Josh B. There's
and Karen Duran. I don't know if you're still in here or not, but I was actually looking at your Instagram earlier because it's Tanner TK23.
Okay.
But sorry, Megan's friend Tanner.
Oh, Karen Duran. Yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, but Karen Duran. Yeah, I don't know if she's still in here or not, but I was looking at her Instagram earlier because I was kind of compiling a list of active dumpling shopper business owners. And for those of you that are in here that are active on dumpling, if you want to come on here and talk about your experience, I would love to have some other people come on and talk about their experience. So drop me a line in the comments, or, Steve, whatever, hit one of us up, because we would love to bring some other people on. So I'm trying to compile a list to get together some things, but
maybe after a couple times too, we can get some people on who really want to do this, but are not on it. Like, let's say somebody was really, really interested. They had some questions. They could join too. Not like 100 people where it's like, oh God, I'm overflowed. But like one person who just wanted to talk. But I feel like we need to. Hi, Ashley. Ashley just joined too.
Ah, there she is. We were just talking about you. Were your ears burning?
I think she just popped in. She said she wanted to pop in and listen. She can't stay the whole time.
Well, we're about finished up here. We're at an hour and 17 minutes already.
Does that mean we have a new time? Can we announce a new time?
You said you wanted to try 4 o'clock. So
4 o'clock Eastern.
4 o'clock Eastern. So next show will be on April 4th.
Okay.
And at 4 o'clock. Let me tell you what I did. I'm laughing because I put a video together and I had it pretty much together, but I needed to add the ending to it before I posted it on YouTube. But it was basically the dumpling how-to for the customers. And then at the end of it, I put our thing about our dumpling show. And I said that we were starting a new time, that we're moving to this new time. Well, in my franticness of trying to get ready and get out the door and all this crazy stuff going on, I put the wrong date on there. And then I went ahead and I uploaded it to YouTube. And I was like, 5 minutes later, I'm in the bathroom doing my hair or whatever. And I'm like, oh crap, that's not the right date. So I had to run back and grab my phone, delete it off of YouTube, go back to Canva, change the dates on there on these 2 slides, go back. Oh man, it was a whole big thing. So anyway, it's correct now. And there is a new video that I just uploaded on my channel that shows the customers exactly what to do to place an order on the Dumpling app. And that's that.
And how long is it?
4.5 minutes.
That's pretty good. Because I need to even watch that, because I give good pitches on things, but I still struggle through that a little bit because everybody always throws me a curveball. Like, wait, what? I gotta. Like, you can just write it out.
This was something Dumpling put together a long time ago. It was like some kind of commercial or something they did, and I pulled it from somewhere. I can't remember where I pulled it. I've had it so long. And so I just basically, put the beginning on and, the end on, just, so customers could watch it and kind of get a feel for it and understand that. So.
Right. Yeah. And by the way, guys, if you haven't subscribed to Holly's channel,
You got me.
um, hit subscribe. You got. She's I saw that you're starting to move up again with your sub, so
I'm
it's going
stuck
up.
here at this like 690-ish mark.
Yeah, I know, and I think I told you, but I've told other people this. I know Tony, the Driven Dad's in here. Like I told him, once you get to 7, you start getting in this vacuum. It's like it kind of revitalizes your channel and starts exposing you to some new people and stuff. Because I
Right.
feel like right around like 7 to 800s when everybody starts getting sucked up to 1,000 pretty quick.
I feel like you and I are so similar in this way because we have so many irons in the fire that it's hard to keep up sometimes. I mean, I've got this channel. I've got a second channel that I'm just starting to throw some content onto. I've got 3 websites. I've got my dumpling business. I've got all the other gig apps. There's just so many different things. And my websites that I want to get blog posts on. I need to update my Amazon stuff. It's overwhelming. I mean, all day today, I just worked on brain stuff and book stuff. And it's like, I feel like I didn't even touch it,
So, Bordura, if I get this wrong, I'm sorry, because I always see you in the chats. Bordura, is that right? If it is, give me a thumbs up. Bordura Catalan says, Holly, can you please read my question?
Oh, yes.
The question was, how many? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 4,000 something. I've got plenty of hours. All I need are the subscribers. Everything else I'm good on.
Oh, I got it right. Nice.
So.
But yeah, so April the 4th, I've started using.
And hopefully Ashley can join us that day. And then after Ashley joins us, then we're going to target Joel.
Yeah. So Ashley just said I've started using Trello to help manage all my tasks, and it helps. You might like it, Holly.
I need duplicates of myself.
Right. Yeah. So
well, and I'm ADHD too, and so it's sometimes it's a little hard to like
right
remember when I'm supposed to be focused, because I'm like, okay, I really need to be working on this, and then I'm like, oh, but then I need to work on this, and then I start doing this, and 2 hours later I was like, oh crap, I totally forgot that I started doing that. And
yeah. So Ashley, if you're free on April 4th, we will take the time to make this awesome, and it's the new time. So yes, you put in that for the people doing the math, it's 1 p.m. Eastern. That's your time. If 1 p.m. Eastern on April 4th would work, let us know, because we'll make the show based around that, and I think that'd be a good jumping off point for us, and it would be obviously good for dumplings. So.
Well, in my search, I really want to know the people that are doing gig work and have not signed up. What is their reservation? That's really what I want to know. So
I think you do know. We need to find a way to convince people that they're okay to talk to people and go approach people. I think that's the big thing. I think it is. I think that they're just like, well, now what? They're not sending me any business. Well, you need to go out and just call some people just hit some people up, see if they need shopping done. Think,
Ashley,
we've talked.
Hold on, I have to answer this comment to Ashley really quick, because I just heard what she said. Ashley, it can be a superpower if there's not a medication shortage at the pharmacy like there's been for the last 6 months, which really isn't helpful. Anyway,
I did look. I remember you. I don't remember where you said it. Maybe it was the last time we did one of these, but I do remember you saying something about, or maybe it was in a chat of mine, but you said something about there being a shortage. I didn't actually look into that, and there are doctors prescribing. What's the other one that they give to kids?
Ritalin, Concerta.
Yeah. Like, I know that's like, I saw that was an option that they're kind of pushing on people because I looked up if it was this national shortage, and it is very real.
Oh, I know. And then
But I
some
mean,
of
but they were saying, but they were, I saw, you know, I saw things that said like, you know, have you asked your doctor for Ritalin? Have you, like, things like that, just to
they
get you
don't
through
all
until it's
work.
back.
Yeah, I don't know. I tried one other one, and they gave me such a tiny dose that it was like that did nothing for me. But I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's a big complicated thing.
So Ashley just said she might be a few minutes behind from our office hours ending, but she put it on her calendar. April
Okay,
4th.
that's I asked her today when the calendar comes out for April for office hours, and she said that that should be out next Tuesday after the office hours that they're having next Tuesday. Matter of fact, that's also something I wanted to mention to everybody that is in here that is already a Dumpling business owner and is already signed up with Dumpling and everything, so you are able to go to the business or to the office hours next Tuesday, the 28th. They have, it's a specialty one. I wrote it down here. Watch, she'll probably type it in there before I find it.
Ashley, I found where I have to do my Dumpling University thing, or the to get listed if you weren't in here.
So excited.
And Holly just got off on a technicality. You should make her do it too.
Do you want me to do it just to make you feel better?
Well, I'll do it. If it takes me 2 minutes, then I'll just be like, no. But if it's like hours.
Okay. The 28th, from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern is the next office hours, and it's going to be a like special one where they have a topic, the topic office hours, and they're going to talk about an additional services discussion, which I think will be really interesting because I'm assuming that to mean, other than grocery, what other services could you offer through Dumpling? Am I correct on that, Ashley? Yeah, there she says.
Yep.
Next Tuesday, office hours is discussing
Add-on services. Yeah.
So I'm really interested to be in there for that conversation. I think that'll be really good. So I'm.
Hey, Ashley, is that available even after the fact to people who aren't on the Dumpling platform who are curious? Like, okay, I might do Dumpling, but I really could get really okay. To me personally, I understand that it's meant for this in real time, but I would think that that you'd want that out there. Maybe not everyone giving away all the details, but like something like that, because that might, or maybe she's going to count on us to talk about it. I don't know.
Well, Dumpling has a YouTube page also, so I think Ashley could take, whatever information they're putting in that meeting, and they could put together a video and throw it on their YouTube page for everybody.
Right.
I'm sure that wouldn't be difficult to do.
That's my point, though. Like, I think a lot of people were like, when I was first looking at this and talking about it, a lot of people were interested in, well, wait a minute, you could do other things with this. Yeah, you can. Like, that's where they really got interested. Like, wait a minute.
Agreed.
So I think somewhere that being out there would be very useful to a lot of people, is my point.
Right. Because I think even me, I mean, I know how to add on, like, okay, let's say Betty wants me to bring her groceries over and put them inside for her, and she's going to be gone all day. So she's like, hey, could you let my dog out and go run him around the block for a minute? I mean, I can figure out how to do something like that. But let's say I really don't want to do grocery delivery and I really just want to do a whole dog walking business. That's what I need them to explain to me, how kind of to set that kind of a thing up, that if you wanted to do kind of a whole different thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. She put, yes, we see a ton of add-on services and get questions on how to do it. So it should be fun. So
there is something going on with my family tonight. Now my aunt's in here. They're stalking me tonight. Hi, Aunt Margie. She's really more like my sister because we're only 10 years apart.
So you guys heard it here. Now we can hold her to it. Ashley will be here on the 4th, 2 weeks from today.
She said some of our office hours and answers are in our university courses, and then some of that is or will be soon in our YouTube also.
There you go. Yeah, because Ashley, I can tell you firsthand that I've talked to a lot of people, or when I'm telling them about Dumpling, they really hone in on the wait, there's more than just shopping you can do.
Right.
So I do know a lot of people are interested in that part, a lot of people. So
And there was an interview that Dumpling did, the coaches did with a girl, and I can't remember her name, but I have it written down in my notes here somewhere. And she was doing the gift baskets. It might be Val Shops for You. It might be her. But I was kind of curious to talk to her and find out how she was doing her gift baskets and things. I think that would be an interesting deal.
yeah.
So yeah, I think there's so many people out there that are involved with Dumpling that I know have really great ideas that we haven't tapped into yet, that I'm excited to.
Yeah, we get a couple more episodes in. I want to have like Matt Tells on here. I want to have Celeste, maybe, some of the other people that I know just talk about it like I talk about curry. They are so fluent in it that I mean,
I want to talk to the people on the tycoon level and find out how they got there and what they're doing. That I just can't imagine.
I would imagine Celeste is tycoon.
Yeah, I'm sure she is.
Yeah.
So because between, you and I and what we do and that, I just want to know like what her journey was and how she got there and, how long it took her. And I don't know. I think there's a lot to learn there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm making a list of all these different dumpling people and I'm going to stalk them and we're going to get them on here. Make them share all their secrets.
I'm starting a new thing for all of the shows I do, except for the round table, because I do a different thing where I send everybody that night because what we're going to be talking about. But I'm going to start a document for every show that I'm doing. Like I've talked about for this, even like doing a Google Doc, but I'm going to do one for like the last miles thing that I'm starting on Wednesdays tomorrow. It premieres. Just so that like if people are going to join, I can let them read about like what I'm going to try and cover that day.
What's your last mile thing? You haven't told me about that. Is that with Hannibal?
No, it's called. I called it the last mile. And if you do Amazon Flex, Dispatch, Curry, Freight, any of them at all, Roadie, any of them. If you do them, I want you to just join the show. You don't even have to tell me ahead of time. You just come join. And then if you are looking to do that stuff, I want chat to be filled with people that are interested.
Right.
Because every time I do a last mile thing, it gets pretty crowded.
Right. Well, okay. What time is that?
It's tomorrow at I think it's 5 Eastern, because I think I did it at 3 my time.
Wednesday. Tomorrow. What's tomorrow?
Wednesday. Oh, the 22nd.
Right, yeah, told you. Okay.
So
Wednesday at 5 my time?
Yeah.
All right. I'll go to your channel and put my notification thing on.
Because I think a lot of people are moving to some last mile stuff, or at least they're getting way more interested than they were interested before. Now people are really getting. I had Pedro text me the other day, actually the same day that you texted me about all that, but he texted me earlier in the day and he said, "Hey man, how do I get on Curry?" So something's going on where people are like really have had it with their apps. And they're looking for the alternatives now, even though they've been talking about it for a while now. They're serious.
I've looked around here for the medical courier stuff, and I haven't really been able to find anything here except the occasional roadie. But
I can send you a couple medical ones if you're interested.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I mean,
I just haven't wanted to pull that trigger.
I think it'd be.
I just, there was the one guy that Hannibal and I interviewed who was, like some of them, it's like skin cells or whatnot. But this guy was like during the pandemic, he was like, I was making like 35 an hour. And I'm like, all right, that's not great. What were you moving? And all he was moving was COVID tests.
Yes.
I was like, gross, dude.
Everything's wrapped. I mean, I'd go pick up somebody's heart. I don't care. It's not like I have to put it in my
Dude, they're
lap.
not letting gig drivers transfer a heart.
Yeah, see, I don't care.
Really? The COVID test wouldn't bother you?
Not a bit.
All right.
Nope. As long as it's not like stinky poo-poo, everything else will be fine.
All right. Yeah, I don't want a bunch of nasal swabs just in a cardboard box thrown at me.
Well, it's not like you're going to have to look at it or touch it. It's going to be all sealed up. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know that.
Well,
I actually have seen the way that a lot of pharmacies operate, and it's pretty sad.
I can't imagine, though, anything with a bodily fluid attached to it is going to be anything less than completely sealed up.
Okay. I've just seen things that where I'm like,
I thought
is that
I was
really?
a baby. Woo-wee.
Yeah. Well, just with the medical stuff, I don't know. I might get there. I don't know. I think I do well enough on the last mile things. Like I was naming last mile apps because Sergio asked me like, well, which ones are the good ones? I started naming them. He's like, dude, how many are I listed like 14? And he's like, just stop. How many are there?
There are
I'm like, there's tons,
many.
dude.
Yeah.
You know, I was
There's
like,
one today that I just went on and filled out an application on. What was that one? Starts with a D. But the thing is that there's so many that I fill out an app.
There's bungee driver, runner.
I fill them out and then I forget. And then I fill them
axle
out again.
axle hire, point pickup, go share, Metrobi, mothership. VEYO is medical courier app only.
Wait, what is it?
VEYO driver.
Oh, VEYO. I was gonna say I have VEHO, VEHO.
No. Right. No, this is VEYO driver, and it's only medical stuff, and it's an app.
Okay. Well, listen, we probably need to close this out. We've been on here an hour and 40 minutes, which is way longer than we're supposed to be on here.
Yes.
People are probably
we'll keep this to an hour show, you guys. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We normally don't go over an hour and 20 or something. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Any last to-dos? Anything else you need to tell us that you have going on this week? Tomorrow night, you have your last mile at 5 p.m. Eastern. Thursday night, you're going to have your rodeo roundtable.
Yep.
Friday night, you're going to have TNC Radio on your channel.
Yep.
At 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
I'm trying to see if I can get your whole schedule here.
And then
Saturday, Sunday, nothing. Right.
Well, Saturday I drop 13 minutes of news, but I try and record it. Right. I try and record it Friday, right before TNC Radio, and then just schedule it to drop so I don't have to do it on Saturday. But it also gets me ready for TNC.
Gotcha.
Because it gives me some subjects in my head. But then I think a lot of people miss the point or miss something that I do on also too, because they think I don't get into things till like Tuesday, Wednesday. But on Monday, I always record the audio podcast. And then I set it up for drop on Tuesday because I have a ton of listeners on the audio podcast side too.
And the audio podcast, is that completely other content than anything you're putting on YouTube?
It used to be the only content. Then it was night and day from the two. And then it kind of like started crossing over. And now starting this in April. So I'm probably gonna do one more month because I just did a piece on Prop 22 today that I want to air next week. But starting in April on Tuesdays, everything will be on the audio podcast. You will only hear it on the audio podcast. You won't get it on YouTube.
All right.
So with that said, we need an outro or an outro music or something.
Right. Okay. Anybody, questions, anything you want us to cover, hit one of us up. We're happy to help. Anything we can do. And down below in the description is our code. If you want to use our code, again, we get nothing for that except bragging rights. And you get 2 months free on the Pro Plan of Dumpling and your $19.99 setup fee for your credit card and all that stuff that they're going to fund all that money for you is only $1 to prove you are a real person and not a human. So
you're a real person and not a human?
I mean, a real person and not a robot.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys. We will see you in 2 weeks or tomorrow night on Steve's channel.
Okay, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks for joining, guys. Bye.